I'm sure you spend a lot of time with billionaires or ultra high net worth individuals. What differences do you notice in those sorts of people as opposed to your everyday person?
Very little. Very, very little. I don't think there's much difference between a billionaire and and
Really?
some. Yeah.
I imagine to be a billionaire, you have to have an outside the bell curve personality.
No, I think, well, first of all, let's call it somebody with $100 million or more, because it's all relative. I mean, I don't know if there's a cutoff, but no, I'd say they're successful, but I think there are millions of people that I think that you are arguably more intelligent and a better critical thinker than most billionaires, at least half of them. And you're not a billionaire. Most of it is being in the right place at the right time. Most wealthy
Really?
people are in the right place at the right time. Yeah, I'm not saying they're not smart. You have to be smart, and you have to be hardworking, and you have to be in the right place at the right time. That's how I'd say 75% of billionaires.
But I tend to believe that it's not like like a switch, like a light switch, and it's like, okay, I made this one correct decision, I was in the right place at the right time, and I became a billionaire. It's more so like you got an opportunity, and that opportunity led to another one. You made the right decision there, and you made the right decision there. You failed,
be
and you
like a
learned from it, and it's like it's a
great
series of good
decisions,
decisions.
I would disagree. I'd say it's usually right place at the right time.
So you think most people, if given that exact right place, right time opportunity, not
Yeah.
most people, but like
most
a lot
intelligent,
of people.
hardworking people, yeah. I think you could replace top 1,000 wealthiest people in America with probably a million other people, and nobody would know.
So you said
2 million,
intelligent,
3 million other
but
people. I truly don't think that I think arguably if you personally were put in the position of half the billionaires in this planet, you would have done equaled or greater.
But you said intelligent and hardworking. Thank you.
Yeah.
Batman. If you said intelligent and hardworking, so you think those are very important characteristics for someone that is going to achieve that level of success.
Yeah, I think those are the two. I think someone generally a very successful person is a generally a problem solver, and a problem solver requires critical thinking skills and a certain level of intelligence. And I think all of that also needs hard work. But those are not skills that are super rare. I mean, I'd say 5% of people have all those skills. That's 15 million people in America that have those skills. There's probably only a few hundred, couple thousand billionaires. So I don't think there's a big difference. I mean, I don't think there's a big difference between a lot of the wealthy people that I know and a lot of just the hardworking, intelligent people that I know. I've got a lot of friends that are no less hardworking or intelligent than billionaires, and they're worth, nothing.
That is a really interesting thing to point out, because now I'm thinking about people we've had on the podcast or just people I've met, and you take the archetype, the type of human that wants to achieve billionaire status, and they chase it and they chase it and they chase it. Those are never the billionaires that I met. That are like, I always wanted to be a billionaire. Every
Yeah.
billionaire that I've met has been someone like Papa John. It's been someone
Yeah.
who's
Michael
achieved this
Saylor,
ultra
yeah.
wealthy status, not because they wanted to be a billionaire, but because
Yes.
it just kind of happened to befall on them. Like,
I don't think that wanting to be a billionaire. Listen, does everyone want to be wealthy to some degree? I'm sure that everyone thinks about that. Like,
but there's a difference between wealthy and 100 million
I
plus.
think people. I mean, there's nothing that turns me off more than someone telling me what they're going to be. I think there's too much of that today. Another thing about most billionaires that I think I should address, they're not entitled. I mean, maybe they're entitled now, because they're billionaires.
They have everything.
But
yeah.
they didn't get to being billionaires by being entitled. I don't think that a lot of these billionaires felt like they were a victim, and I'm not saying there aren't victims out there. I'm just saying that mentality does not push you into, billionaire status. And having entitlement does not either. I think, as a personal example, I always felt like I could do something if I kept at it. I never felt entitled. I just felt like I had opportunity and I would just keep working hard. I never had aspirations of being a billionaire. I thought if I could make $10,000 a month, I could live a great life.
And
that was my goal.
That,
was my goal, $10,000 a month. I mean, that was my goal up to not long ago. That's a healthy goal. I don't think anyone who has these annoyingly high aspirations is just that annoying.
I tend to agree, and I also think another thing to note is I think that the people that make it to that ultra wealthy status they have an accurate grasp on reality.
Yes.
And then you have these other people that are somewhat delusional, which are the people that have a victim mindset or the people that have an entitlement mindset. They fall into that category because
Yes.
both of those are under the premise that they are the center of everything. If you're a victim, it's because the world is trying to keep you down.
Yeah.
If you're entitled, it's that you are owed everything. That the world is there to cater and serve to your needs. You want something and it will just manifest. It will follow you. And so the other people are like, no, the reality exists in the same way that just the reality exists. Like I'm here, I'm placed here, and I need to do my best to see reality for what it is, play my cards right, and basically have an accurate prediction engine of, do I see reality for what it is? Do I predict if I make this action, will this outcome occur?
And it's
if
not
you're able
just
to do
one
that, you have an
action.
accurate grasp on reality.
I think that was super well said. And I also think that some people think that it's just one decision or one big bet or whatever that's going to make them wealthy. That's a terrible approach. I mean, go in and say, I want to be successful in this career. My goal is to make, a couple $100,000 a year or whatever it is, like baby steps. Don't just, otherwise, if you're trying to get wealthy super quick, you're going to be making dumb, risky decisions. And I think what you said is just one intelligent decision after another. And then 800 intelligent decisions and a lot of hard work later, you're a billionaire. But yeah, I still don't think, I know a lot of dumb rich people. I don't think that intelligence is a requisite to being rich. I think it's more likely that you're intelligent and hardworking and have critical thinking skills if you're very wealthy. But I think it's probably more right place, right time than anything else. So I would just encourage people to, I also don't know why people always listen to billionaires. Like, give me a break. The guy invested in oil in Texas in the 80s. No, he's a billionaire. You know what I mean? You could be an idiot and invest in oil. What is it? I saw this. No offense. Well, I hate the Cowboys, so I'm just going to use this example. Jerry Jones invested in, finding oil in Texas in like the 80s or whatever. Made $50 million. It does not mean that he's a genius or that he's got some exception. So it doesn't mean that we should sit down and listen to what Jerry Jones has to say about
politics
X.
Yeah.
Because, that's he was at the right place at the right time. He's probably has a modicum of intelligence and critical thinking skills and hard work. I give him all that. But there's no difference between Jerry Jones, the billionaire, and probably, 15 million other people.
Person. That's a really interesting point you made right there.
Well, I'm not saying there's no difference between him and a blue collar person, but there's no difference. If that blue collar person is hardworking and intelligent and is a critical thinker and is working hard, yeah, there's really probably no difference. I'm a decent example. It was right place at right time for me. Would I still be successful? Yes, but would I be this successful? No. I happened to have some beautiful women working for me on the Sunset Strip, and I had a producer come up and want to create a show that ended up being a hit. That's, what am I going to sit here? Should everyone listen to me now because I have, some success and some money? Not necessarily. Listen to me if you think I'm intelligent and a critical thinker and but don't just listen because I have money. I was a lot of my money, at least a decent amount of my money, has to do with the fact that I was at the right place at the right time. I'm not going to take credit for that.
Real quick, how many times have you actually panicked because you could not find your wallet? I'm talking full stop, heart drop, where it's complete panic, because I have way too many times, and now there's a wallet that just shows up in your Find My app. Me telling you that it's been a game changer is a complete understatement, because I cannot tell you how many times I've lost my wallet. But with MagBack, I just open Apple's Find My app to play a sound if it's nearby or just see it on a map.
That's why we're so excited to partner with MagBack. Honestly, we've been waiting to talk about this because they make a smart wallet, and it's one of those products where once you see how it works, you'll just immediately want it.
It carries up to 9 cards while still looking sleek, plus they're made of genuine top-grain leather that gets softer and develops more character the more you carry it.
It also doubles as a phone stand, and it's compatible with QI wireless chargers, so you don't sacrifice your MagSafe capabilities.
In addition to wallets, MagBack offers minimalistic phone cases, multi-chargers, wireless chargers, Tesla chargers, and rim cases and key tags. Funny enough, one of my favorite products is the Tesla-compatible charger. I have it in my Tesla. I absolutely love it. If you have a Tesla, I highly recommend it.
And you could get 15% off of any of these products using the code ICED15 when you go to creators.magback.com/theicedcoffeehour. The link is also down below in the description.
Once again, that is code iced15 for 15% off at creators.magback.com/icedcoffeehour, link down below in the description.